Good morning, good morning, good morning. Vinny Cuz here in Fort Lauderdale. And today I was talking with a couple of guys in my driver group, and we were talking about Tryp. Now, for months we've been hearing about Tryp, and I know they've been getting beat up pretty good. In one of my videos, I even kind of made a little mention that, they might not have been so good, and I still don't know. But I was at the airport, I don't know, about a week ago, and I had one of their guys perched up by the restrooms, John's, the porta potties. They got a van set up, and you got to wait in the line to go to the bathroom at the queue. And so while we were there, one of the guys approached me, and I kind of blew him off. But talking this morning with some of my drivers in a group I'm in, we started talking about Tryp and what are they bringing to the table. So I'm deciding to do a video, and all we can do is go by their website because don't nobody know nothing else, but what their website is saying. So here we are. Let's go through it. Their website now looks pretty damn good, right? And it's putting out all the things you want to hear up front. Keep 100% of your fare and tip. It's a subscription service, so depending on what level you want to go through, we'll go through that. It could be anywhere from $80 to $200. There's a $250 registration fee, which you're paying for your own background check and other things that are necessary to get on the platform. 100% of wait time, 100% of cancellation fee, and drivers get their own merchant account. We're going to come back to that for direct payment. So just looking at the website right now, right, the website looks pretty good. It's not a bad looking website. I'm going to let you know I've already gone through it all, so I just want to kind of touch and highlight on a couple of points, and I'm going to give you my opinion what I think it is. So we were talking about the different types of plans that are available, and we know that it's a subscription service, right? You are paying for access to their platform. When you drive with Uber and Lyft, you don't pay for anything up front, but we all know that they take out and they control all of that, right? They control how much they're going to take out with your percentage, whether it's 20, 25, 30% for the real new drivers. The different platforms, Lux SUV jumps up to 28%, whatnot. So the difference between this platform and the other two is that this one you're paying up front, and you know what your cost is going to be in a month. So side hustle, $80 a month will get you up to 60 rides per month, right? 140 will get you 120 rides a month. And then the unlimited rides is $200 a month. Let's see, unlimited rides Visa rewards card, I don't know what the hell that is. Special bonus programs. Refer 3 and yours is free. I'm assuming you would have to refer 3 drivers in a month. It's pretty ambiguous. And then you get the month free versus if you refer 3 drivers, they sign up. Are you good for the year? I'm going to go with it's a month. And then, you're getting 100% of your fare across the boards. Anyway, anytime, anywhere, daily commute, it's just kind of, they're setting up the same way as Uber and Lyft because, we're driving people. So a lot of this wording is going to be the same. But when we get down into it, right, first thing you need to go to is all the way here at the bottom is your terms of service. So I've read all this already. There are certain things I was looking for in this TOS. That would be rates. That would be insurance coverage, right? And that would be the platforms that are going to be available. Other than that, this TOS is saying the exact same thing that the other two Uber and Lyft TOS says. So they're really not changing anything there. Resolved by binding arbitration. So if you got a problem, you're going to a mediator. It's telling you your age requirements. that Tryp rides is not a transportation provider. So this is how Uber and Lyft got into these cities, because they claim not to be a transportation provider. I don't get that. I mean, you're a transportation connection app. You're connecting drivers with riders, riders with drivers. You don't own anything, but this always brings into that whole thing with insurance, right? Why are you offering insurance for me as a driver or for them as a rider if you're not a transportation company? And so the other thing is, nowhere in this TOS does it list what type of deductible drivers are going to have to face. So that's one thing. But I'm going to bring this full circle, I promise you. So eligibility, binding contracts under applicable law with the Tryp's platform. So you got to be 21 years old, 21 years of age or older to enter into their binding contract. It says here, riders that are within the ages of 13 to 18 years of age, which may be referred to as a child throughout this agreement, may link their account with a parent or guardian account, an individual at least 21 years of age, who has the right and authority to legally agree to these terms and conditions on behalf of the former individual, the child, in order to request services via the Tryp Rides platform. No one under the age of 13 may request services via the Tryp Rides platform. So what this is saying, if you didn't catch that, is Tryp is saying it's okay for drivers to transport anyone over the age of 13, provided their account is linked to an adult 21 years of age or older. That's different, right? Because Uber and Lyft is no one under 18 or 17, whatever, however you want to look at it. But here it's saying they can request a ride. That's different. Something to think about. Tryp Rides will assist you in establishing your own merchant account that will process all payments due to you. As an independent contractor, you would set up your own bank. If you started your own company, like I have my own company, I have my own transaction system. I use Square. Square is the best. Square, anytime you want to jump on board and watch this channel grow and be a sponsor, I got you. Anyway, I use Square, right? You got to set up your own merchant account, however you plan to process your credit card payments. What Tryp is saying is they're going to help you set up your own merchant account. As an independent contractor, you're going to be in control of your banking, your payouts, your financial revenue flow. With Tryp, you are just paying them a monthly subscription fee for them. But you're going to actually operate, real deal, operate as an independent business. Obviously based on how many drivers or how many riders they can get. So there's one thing there that's pretty good. But then we got to look at too with the merchant account what your fees are going to be, right? And I don't know if they've got something worked out in that or not, but that's something that, again, it doesn't say what's in here. You won't know unless you sign up and, you know, go forward with it. Other things. So doesn't matter which platform you choose as far as a subscription service, right? You're going to pay the $250 application fee. It's going to cover your background check and whatever else they deem necessary. With Uber and Lyft, they pay for all that up front. I'm sure they have, you know, a sweetheart deal with some of these companies, and we've all seen the checker, right? You get the email you get your email and it says, we're running your background check now. Don't worry. Anything we find, we will make sure they know so that you can't drive anymore. Anyway, so they're going to do that. And then the different, like we talked about, 80 bucks, 140 bucks, 200 bucks. What else was through here? And then, you know, here you go. You got your code of conduct. That's basically what this is. Just a code of conduct. I want you to go look at it. I'm not telling you this is good or bad. I'm giving you my opinion of what I think it is. There's a thing in here that they talk about. Let me see, that I wanted to bring apart. And that was, you are not an employee of Tryp. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. I probably should have had it listed up already. Anyway, they're in here and they're telling you that here it is. The relationship between drivers using Tryp Rides platform and Tryp Rides is one entirely consisting of independent contracting parties. As a driver, you understand and consent to this form of direct business relationship. As a driver and Tryp Rides as a platform provider, you agree to the following relationship arrangements. There is no franchisor, franchisee, partnership, joint venture, or agency relationship that is either created or implied by the terms and conditions laid out in this agreement. This is not an employee agreement. Now, you notice how they stress the word not there. By setting up your own merchant account, they're taking it one step further. Right now, Uber and Lyft handle all your processing. They handle all the transactions. I think at one time, too, not too long ago, Uber was trying to move into becoming a financial entity as well. They wanted to move into financing. And, the government has just, since the whole Facebook Libra thing busted out, they're saying, no, tech companies will not be financial institutions. So what Tryp is saying here is you are an independent contractor. They're emphatically stating you're an independent contractor. And you do not represent Tryp. You represent yourself. And you are not an employee. So all of that stuff that's happening out in California and up in New York with AB5 and the TNCs, TLCs, whatever the hell they are in New York, trying to trap you in, mandated minimum wage. Hey, look, this is telling you right now, it ain't going to happen. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. Because I think enough drivers don't understand that you want to be an independent contractor, but you don't want to take the responsibilities, the good and the bad, that comes with being an independent contractor. So that's one thing to look at here. But nowhere in here is it listing any rate cards or insurance. It's not telling us what we are and what we're not as far as what our deductible will be if there's an accident. It just says we provide insurance. All right, so let's go over requirements real quick. And it's basically the same as everything else. I'm telling you, I like the website though. The website is cool. What do drivers need? A functioning smartphone? 21 years of age under your belt? I don't know. That's kind of... some of those snowflakey people might take exception to that. That's a joke. It's a joke. And submit a free DMV and background check via our site. Well, that $250, that's your application fee. I don't understand. Am I providing the DMV and background check, or are you guys taking my $250 to do that? I don't know. Regardless, it has to be done. Vehicles need to be young enough to operate in your city, have at least 4 seats. Yeah, the Beatles. So they're trying to be cute with it. Basically the same thing as everybody else. You need you need to be able to take 4 people, have 4 seat belts for passengers, and have 4 doors. But they don't talk about anything else. Suicide doors don't count. That was cute. They will need proof of a vehicle inspection, which I think is huge. So many cars out here on the road right now, they look like complete dog shit. And but they're Ubers, they're Lyfts. Vehicle registration and insurance, a recent photo of you, proof that you have a valid driver's license. Okay. Safety wise. And I'm not trying to make this video long. I just wanted to go through this real quick. And I see I'm already up to 14 minutes. Oh my God. Same features. You can share your ride, or you can share your drive with friends and family, however you want to do. Accepting new riders. This is huge too. Only pre-screened users. Only riders and drivers that have completed the account setup process, which includes providing their name, phone number, and photo, are able to request a ride through the Tryp Rides app. That's huge, right? If they're doing a background check on them. Because right now with Lyft, sometimes we get a picture, sometimes we don't. They get to use fake names like, I don't know, God and King and your baby's mama and all that kind of bullshit. So, that's something to look at there. If they follow through on that, we'll be good to go. Substitute phone numbers, we got that now with the other two. They have an in-app navigation. I don't use in-app navigation. I use Google Maps. I need to be able to have that feature. I don't trust anybody's in-app navigation, ever. Feedback, so they're going to have a rating system and let you know what's going on there. Okay. Looking over here, they do have a veterans driver program, so they're going to try to help veterans coming back from the military or processing out of the military, and they're going to try to help them out by providing jobs. Listen, everybody does that. So I think it's a good thing. No, don't get me wrong. I think it's a good thing. I had to ask one of the guys what a Tryp Go Center was, because as you can see here, there's no FAQ, right? There's no FAQ on the website to ask the questions that I got questions about. Only a support email, which is fine. I guess I could do that if I wanted to. Riders, we're not concerned with them in the respects of what they got to go through. All right. The driver app. I think we just did the driver app, didn't I? Didn't I just do the driver app? Okay. So discover your earnings with just a tap. We've got that. Reliable, accurate directions. I just talked about that. Know who you're driving with. That's, again, that's a huge thing. A lot of drivers, man, we're not trying to get hurt out here, but we need to see how much they follow through on that. All right, so basically that's the app. I haven't downloaded the driver app yet because I don't know if I want to be a driver. They need to answer 3 big questions for me, right? And the 3 big questions that I have are, you're telling me I can keep 100% of the fare, but I don't see a rate card anywhere in this app. And I haven't been able to find out what the rates are going to be. Before I pay somebody $250 for an application fee, and say even if I wouldn't do any more than $80 a month anyway right now, if I even consider doing it, because they ain't got the riders right now. They're going to depend on us, just like Lyft did. But see, here's the big problem down here in this market. Trying to crack this market, they're going to go after local transportation rides. But we all know down here, we make our money on the tourists, right? And when they come in, they're going to have the same problem that Lyft had. Nobody knows about them, especially Tryp being brand new. Nobody knows about them that's flying into the area from Central America, South America, Europe, the Caribbean, you name it, right? So we all know we're the gateway to Latin America down here. And so all those folks coming in, they know Uber. They're trying to get to know Lyft. Tryp's going to have a hard time cracking that market. So I need to know, before I start paying all this money on a subscription service, what my rates are. Because it's not telling me what it is, it's just telling me I get to keep it all. You're telling me what you want, but you're not telling me what I'm going to make. I can make 100% of air by just sitting here in this chair all day and just looking at YouTube. Just saying. They're scheduled to go live here August 18th. One of the guys was telling me they got some kind of function at the DoubleTree down by the airport when their go live thing. One of the other issues too, and I know I'm jumping around a little bit, one of the other issues I got is, what's the insurance deductible going to be? And how is that going to be covered? Are we going like Uber, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3? If I got the app on, no rider in the car, you're only going to do so much. If I've got a rider in the car, then you're going to do so much. It doesn't say anywhere on the website. So again, these are questions that need to be answered. And then the last question I have is, because I do drive Lux, even though on Lyft, I'm losing my Lux status with my Cadillac CTS. But the CTS-V, it's okay. Dumbasses. Anyway, are they going to have different categories? I'm sure they're going to have a basic ride. I'm sure they're going to have some form of XL. But are they going to be offering premium rides? And so if any of these guys who watched the Tryp video care to chime in, listen, I'm being open-minded today. So answer these questions for me and anybody else that might see this video, and we'll go from there. Because I really want to know, how are Tryp rides different? All right, I'm out. Have a good day. Please subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments, your questions down below, and I'll see you next time.